Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. I'm Pxy-VERSE and this is the stream of the Forge of creation, right, for mega projects. And so basically here we are going to address some slightly complicated challenge, because this is easy, just a change of the eye holes. I don't know why I forgot that new idea. Maybe because it didn't work, I'm not sure. But it should work. Instead of having the deform bones for the, and also control bones, right, of the eyes, like these ones, right? Instead of have these structures on around the eye holes, they could be actually exactly right surrounding, right? These bones could actually be exactly here. Unfortunately, because then I could control the exactly the shape of the eye. Although I can do it from here, the positioning of the bones here is questionable. But I've just realized, of course, you may see already, if I stack these bones all here because of these rest positions, and also rest positions and rest pose for these control bones of the eyelids, which also carry the eyelashes meshes, by the way, then they will all be stacking here. So this would be a bit annoying, right? So maybe not that smart. So the only, yes, they could be on different layers, but still that would be sort of confusing. And if I had to pose these, if they were like that, I would have to pose this stuff. I have to create some custom shapes, right, widgets for these to appear further away, so that will make the rig slightly more complicated. So just very tiny, it's not a big deal creating these shapes, but they custom shapes, but they will, I have to modify the positioning of the bone, and so this creates some confusion. So confusion in complex rig is usually inevitable. So my approach here, yeah, and I think it would be more logical if this stuff controlled all this mesh, the same wave painting of these bones here. There's no this is the eyebrows, but these bendy bones here control them, but through the yes, but not these bendy bones would not be here. They would be actually just around they form the eye shape in that main rest position when the eyelids are completely open, the eyes are completely open, right? So but last time I've decided to keep the eyelids on the eyelash on that particular rest position and rest pose. You see, that doesn't change because it is simpler to, it offers some advantages. So you see the mesh here of the eyelids, so it's not interpenetrating inside the eye because it's already very close to, it starts very collapsed right here, right? You see, there are many edge rings there, and they start to all they already start quite collapsing, and so this provides that there are no slightly no you see how many there, how many edge loops there are. So they don't get interpenetrate, they don't intersect with the face, which is not a big deal, but maybe sometimes that can be a problem because if those bones, yeah, sometimes it can be annoying. So usually that is not a problem for this character. So, but that's one problem solved, right? Same for the bottom eyelid. Ah, we have a problem here. Some no, this was just I made a wrong pose in there, wrong pose. So here, so we have all this possibility of expressions, but of course we need to make pose assets for that. But that I'm not gonna do now because I'm still assessing and retaking many aspects of this rig. So the automation of the, yeah, we don't have automations for the eyelashes. I didn't delete them, but I've made them. Yeah, so there are two ways I know how to do that, that I prefer. Either that crazy amount of bone constraints, which are pretty simple to set. They are just how do you call it? I call these proportional posing system setup. And so, because just as proportional editing, this is proportional posing. So what it does is that as this bone moves, this stacks transforms in some way or another, and we can sort of have some influence in how that works. Right now this setup was made for another rest position, so this is why it looks a bit odd, and I could do all with this the other way, but I still made a transformation bone constraint to give something special, which is an offset from the beginning, right? An offset from here since the start, so it starts already pushed. So this is a very simple transformation bone constraint. It changed immediately the rest pose for the negative x, so it will be in this direction, and the positive z, which will be on that direction. However, all these local spaces here, they are actually incorrect. The target, I need to use a different target for that, and that's why I've created a mechanism eye here, which is this color I use for map bones, or actually this is for tweak bones. Is that the same color? I don't even know, but this is actually a, yeah, let's this is a mechanism bone actually, that is giving this orientation, its axis. There you go, this axis align, not aligned with, yeah, aligned with world space, or actually, if we prefer, the pose space because of the armature, or actually not even that, none of those options actually. This is aligned with the head bone, which is not even aligned with the head bone. It is parented to the head bone, but it is not. Yeah, so I'm using a different color for that. No, sorry folks, it's the, it doesn't have a special color, so I just give it the mechanism color, whatever. So this is, but it's sort of a map bone, how I like to call, and what it does is that it will just offer its axis, bone axis, for these particular bone constraints, which I can simplify all that in usually one or more transformation bone constraints, but made in my old setup, which is a bit more tricky to develop. I have a whole old tutorial about that, and it covers all this sort of iRigs solution here, this setup for very big, stylized, complex shapes, eyes, and also eyelashes, eyelids, all this stuff. So today I have some iterations of this setup. So I have multiple setups, and I have a gum rolled You can find this in the information of my YouTube page, right? So the links. So basically, but I should link in the description, right? Sorry about that, folks. Anyways, there's a file where there are multiple setups that sort of do, maybe just the eyelashes are, there's not, it's more for the eyelids actually, but I have one setup that covers the eyelashes, so at least start building that just to give an idea, with proportional posing setup for the eyelashes rig. So that will do this sort of thing. Here the setup, as I mentioned, is I would need to change it. Yeah, these are not enabled, but yeah, I know that it also works. So either way, so this is very easy to set up. It's just a copy location for just the z-axis offset. This is required so that it stacks, otherwise it doesn't work. Hold on. If this doesn't offset, then the stacking sort of fail to work, or something strange happened that I don't know how to. Yeah, for me it's very obscure, this offset, so I don't know. So I found out that it works better with the offset for each one. They are, yes, this local space on owner orientation usually is better. We could put local space as well, this depends, but in this case none of this will switch, because you see the orientations on the rest position of the target bone, which is this one, is the control, a tweak eyelid, right? It's a control bone. The problem of this is that its orientation is aligned with the normal of the eye. So to achieve this, I had to pose this in some way, because it is lately shrink wrapping to another mesh object, which occupies the same space of the, right? It's a duplicate of the eye, but it's the ghost mesh. This one is invisible here, but it's below. It's a yeah, we don't see it, but it's just a combination of the two eyes, but its only purpose is to serve as a shrink wrap target object for the control rig. So this is not being used currently for the deform rig directly. This is for, so this is not for shrink wrapping the mesh of the eyes, of the eyelids, right? The mesh of the eyelids is particularly shrink wrapped. So this is my first setup. There's this, oh, let's put some soundtrack, folks. Sorry, forgot. Let's start that, right? And so here, let's go back here to the explanation. So yeah, so this mesh, there's a vertex group for only the eyelids mesh. It is all that stuff there. Yeah, it is there. It has this simple mesh topology, it's just looping around itself, like just like that. So circular, theoretically, right? We can conceptually circular face loops, and they are all placed with snap tool onto the eye surface, the eye. It could have been snapped, but the snap is not enough because this is static. I need, besides the static setting for the rest position, the edit mode of the eyelids, I also needed to shrink wrap them so they will follow the eye surface. So that is a shrink wrap modifier for the vertex group corresponding. So this is not wave painting for deformed bones. There are no bone for this. This is just a vertex group for modifiers, right? And for the left side, and so it targets, it shrink wraps. So you see, I can control the offset. So it needs to be outside surface. So it, yeah, better outside surface. So it won't unglue from the even if I pose, so this outside, not outside, but out, could be on surface, I guess. No, but outside surface is better, I think, because I prefer outside surface. So it stays glued outside of the surface. That's the idea. So I cannot push the eyelids mesh out of the eye. So it's glued to the eye, but it follows the eye. It doesn't get inside it neither. However, for the eyelashes, which is a completely different rig, it's associated, but it's not. So I can push the mesh of the eyelashes because because this bone is free to move, and yes, because the mesh of the eyelashes, actually just that just these vertices, this vertex, these edge loops here, they don't have shrink wrap modifier at all, so nothing affects them, just the deformed bones from the eyelashes, which is here. There are 6 of them, just that is enough to. So if I push the control bone, which by the way, the control bone, the twig bone, has aligned to normal, right? So I can still rotate, but this will rotate for the right. And this is just optional, right? It's not needed, anything like that. But the shrink wrap is cool because it and here the shrink wrap bone constraint, right? It's outside and not outside surface. Outside surface, it will stay glued just like the eyelids. So this may be good, but then it's sort of strange to pose. It's sometimes it doesn't respond well. So maybe allow it to be free to move, allows me to easily pose that, and also there's a slight advantage because I can push, or I can drag, or I can have some influence on the deforms of the eyelashes from this twig bone. So this is kind of cool, and the eyelids mesh stays on ground, on the surface of the eye. So that's it. And by the way, this target, it cannot target the eye right now, because if that target the eye, that will create a crazy dependency cycle, because I don't really know, but it used to wreak havoc the rig, so I'm not gonna even try now. I'm scared what it could do to the okay, so that's why I need, otherwise I wouldn't need that extra object. Okay, so let's go back here, folks. I have eye holes big bone sequence. Well, I can't do that because I can, but I don't want to do that because I have decided these rest positions for all these bones here of the eyelids mesh and eyelash. So this corresponds better to the model sheet, the original model sheet with the eyes open. So that's more straightforward, right? Rig. So there are some advantages, but there's disadvantage that now I don't want to stack these bones all in the same, nearly the same position, even though that would be more maybe more technically accurate. But as we know that the position on many rigs instances, the position of the bone on the rest position of a deformed bone, yes, is not responsible sometimes for the deforms that will happen through the skinning algorithm. So this means that I could have this same structure anywhere and if I just pose that, even that if that structure is here, it will still do the same deforms. So the only exception to that, I believe, is when there are some more rig interactions that in which the bones need to be in place for some reason. I suspect this is a possibility, so I believe that will be required. So here I don't like how the bendy bone appears, but I don't think this is a problem. I need to, this will be small details to adjust later, but in principle this is already working. So for the, yeah, so first thing, this is okay, so I'm not gonna do that because no, not good for, since eyelids, yes, is, yes, B-bone sequence is already at that place, yeah. Okay, so we don't need to do that. That's done. Then I could make this challenge here. This will be if I would like to make use of this rig, this character model, for a game engine, because shrink wrap features don't work for the modifiers, right? They won't work, not shrink wrap, I actually unless baking. So we can't bake the modifiers for 3D animation, I think, but we can bake the bones in certain preset animations that we can make. So this is the way that I believe it will be possible to make this rig function. So this is part of the setups, alternative setups that I was thinking about how to solve that. And then I found that with the aid of converted bendy bones, it is actually possible to address this issue. Yes, so maybe here there's too many of these, so let's try just 3. It should work. Yeah. Let's see if there's any big change here about the mesh deforms. Yeah, 2 is bad, 1 is probably very, so maybe just 4 then. Yeah, 4 sounds cool. And here, let's check. 4, 3, yeah, 4, maybe there's still some advantage. And here I believe that will be the same. And this symmetrized because it's, yeah, I don't have to care about the other side. And here too, let's get 4. So this is a good thing. The advantage of doing that is that, well, the main advantage is that if I'm gonna make that alternative rig, the converted bendy bones, then that would have lesser bones to take care about. So actually that will be more economic to do like that. But then these deforms don't look that good. It's very subtle, but maybe on some expressions that might be bad. But that seems plausible. Here, wave painting, you can get better wave painting here. I believe we can do it 3. Let's try it again. Because this is a hard choice, I need to... 2 probably not, but... Yeah, 1, I already know that it gets too straight, right? So 1, no, it must at least have 2, let's see. Let's try 3. Yeah, the most economic would be 2 certainly, but I'm wary that I want some quality, and 4 seems safer. but is it truly necessary? Maybe not. Yeah, it's just some tweak there that is happening, so maybe 3 is good enough, and that will help. Yeah, it looks very smooth actually, and it's not like that this character design needs a lot of, I won't do anything too crazy, so 3 I think is good. So yeah, good finding. I can still change the rest position of these bones. Actually, it's very simple now that I have simplified this rig. I just need to pick this bone on pose mode, move it like here. Better if I take off the deforms. Let's hide the hair here. If I take off the deform properties of these bones, then okay, I find the rotation that I want, then I apply with this, and also the 2 bendy bones, apply select as rest pose, and this will just change the armature, and then I can re-enable these deform bones, and this is just for visualization, so that we disable that, so we can move this and we still see the original one. What that means is that I'm just changing the position of the bones, but not the mesh, so that's interesting. That will change the proportions right up, so that can make some, this, if I did that, might be worth checking the wave so that we can better distribute them, the wave painting. So it's all related stuff. So I decided here to put this here instead. Usually that was somewhere like here, so I was just experimenting slightly the positioning of these splines, bendy bone splines, right? So and here this is more, also I put it at the corner, and so just to check here, I believe I could have some, no, this seems to be fine, but yeah, also because I would, to achieve the expression that I want. Oh, look at that, something happened to that. Maybe I just displaced it, yeah, accidentally displaced it, but because it shouldn't be, yeah, it always stays so. Yeah, so I could perhaps lock this bone, but actually it's not required because I can just get them to be invisible, right? But this is interesting. I actually didn't expect this thing. If I wanted, I could make this kind of displacement here of the eyelash from the eyelids bones. Oh, there's some intersection there happening on some crazy pose. We can reduce this by just augmenting the amount of shrink wrapping, right? So the idea of the converted bendy bones is that I can convert all these shrink wrap modifiers to how do you call it, bone constraints, so shrink wrap bone constraints, and that would work even on game engines for preset animations, actions, right? Export by FBX, provide I have those animations baked in regarding to, so I could completely delete all this stuff regarding shrink wrap, which is, but the truth is that those things are very simple to use, right? So that's an advantage. And what is that would take some annoying time to solve. Let's see, it's convert bendy bone setups. Okay, I've already checked partially this. I have my own Gumroad setup for that. Exchange shrink wrap modifier to shrink wrap converted bendy bones for exportability. Okay, so but there's another problem with that I can test here, if that, how that will fare. The other problem is that because only the mesh near the bones here would be shrink wrapped, I would probably require extra bones. So my idea would be perhaps to have another bendy bone spline, maybe just a single one, from which I could make more converted bendy bones that would solve, like redistribute the weights to these other areas. So it's it's tricky, and maybe it's not something to do on live because it's too boring. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna do it, but not on live. Yeah, so not on live, because there's more interesting things to do, and this is just, yeah, it's just too boring to do. And so, okay, let's do something more interesting. So I want to improve as good as I can the model sheet of the face of the character. And so one thing that I've totally forgot, so we can forget about the armature right now, is actually, let's reset this pose, right? And actually this is the model sheet of the face I want from grease pencil. What I want is to have to really assess the shapes, because I still think that this is sort of incorrect. Some poses here are very bizarre. Maybe they cannot be non-bizarre in the end at all. Some are good looking, so I'm still, some viewpoints here are interesting, but not all of them, even with the hair. So I think this is because I still, when I reshape this thing, this is still not good. I have some versions of other characters which I could check, but not now. So I think I can improve these shapes of the face. Usually by using a 3/4 view. Not from behind, but most likely from here. Right, so it's very simple. No, it's not very simple to do. It's most people don't do it in 3D tutorials. I've never seen actually, but this is a technique of model sheet which exists. So we can use this stuff in our favor now to make this 3D adaptation from 2D character design better. So let's get these model sheets to be visible. So here, as you see, I have a side view model sheet, and you see it's mostly matching, right? And proportional editing, sorry. Yeah, this is snapping. No, I cannot. Yeah, so there's some things here that are badly made, even in terms of mesh topology, I guess. Yeah, this is a mess. I should probably improve that. But for now, no one cares about that part, since she's not bald, and I don't intend her to be bald in the series, in the animation, right? So I don't see any, but I still want to make this organized, so I shouldn't be wasting too much time on that anyway. So just the basics. So I know there is, yeah, this thing is a mess. So I don't know why I made this thing just to collapse this in there. This is pretty stupid, I think. No, I also did that so that I could, yeah, just because of extra extra loops there, right? So there you see some inconsistency, some anomalies. So this is not smooth at all. There are many problems here in the mesh, because this area, I absolutely needed to solve this model sheet, and I wasn't successful with just this one. So it's very hard to get this thing adequated. I think it can improve significantly. I think I already, in some iterations that I have attempted, it was possible to make this good. So I want this mesh here to be regular, but this mesh topology is really it really makes me angry. How did I come with that? This sounds really bad. This thing, where could that go? It would be a bit strange if it go there, right? Because then this face becomes too elongated. So this is why I don't know what I did that this turned to be so difficult. Oh, now I know. Of course. This thing goes straight up. So, but perhaps not on this face loop, and this one is horrible also, and we don't have. This could go a little closer there, maybe. Just rearranging some mesh. So yeah, so I need to push that go, so they will cross, right? This one will end up like, let's merge that, merge at center, dissolve that, because, and then so here dissolve this one. Okay, so this is the second, this is the first, I call it like that, this is the second. And so I just need to push to reorganize this mesh here. Alright, then. So this is a side face loop, right? And it relates to, no problem with that. So I won't risk smoothing that will change everything on the body. And then there is this strange diamond shape on a near joint region, which could be dangerous. The problem is that I do have this all these extra face loops, so it is possible that maybe this is the best solution. There is one here that is looping. Why it is not going in this direction? Merge at center. So that gets okay. I'll smooth that. So this will bring that diamond quad further away from the main problem, right, of the joint. This is not an area that will deform a lot, so maybe this is better. So this quad, this strange quad is just redistributing the mesh. So yeah, this is much better, but still I'm not sure. This can cause some problem. So because I don't have any other subdivision like that, it's still questionable if that is a good idea, if leaving like that is. So I'll have to test the deforms at some point, but I believe that should be okay. but must be careful about this stuff. Now, yeah, the model sheet. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to create a 3/4 view based on that. So maybe I will require some special visualization here of space. Yeah, I'll have to reduce that because maybe I would like to have like, yes, but I'll need the object mode, and I will create here this new layer. I will place it maybe on the top because so 3/4, yeah, 3/4. It's doubtful. This is not a negative 3/4, it's just 3/4. 3/4, that's it. So how to achieve a 3/4 orthographic position is just, I've already done it. We have 7 steps. So if I start counting this as the first one, the front, 1. What is the number that is in between 1 and 7? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4, 5, 6, 7. So I just need to reach the 4. This is the 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the 4th. So this is the current appearance, but I need, yeah, it's already on orthographic. So this actually is a pretty nice image of the 3/4 view. So this happened not accidentally. I have been training Pxy, so maybe that's why this is not so bad. Actually, this is quite accurate for a 3/4 view, but maybe it could improve. I know that this part would need to be a bit more exaggerated to the side, and for the rest, I think it's safe. So, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 is the side view, and there we go. So 7, 6, 5, 4. This is the 3/4. 3, 2, 1. First front view. So what could be improved from that is not only the shape of the face, but also the shape of the eyes. And so this is can be quite interesting. So I should attempt that, and for that last time I tried this, I was very confused because of these model sheets, because I was copying, so in betweening. So this is a mistake we do on 2D traditional animation. It's very stupid to do that. Only on conditions that right, it becomes mechanistical, so it's bad. We need to make in between with some consciousness, artistic consciousness. So some in betweens are just really natural, and that can be very mechanistical, and that's fine, like a robot, like Blender does in 3D, right? Animation, interpolation, natural, those, right? It's blind, right? It doesn't know anything about art, about animation. It's just interpolate. So if the 2D animator interpolates like that by drawing in betweens, yeah, this is for the beginners, or for the animator that needs to do all the in betweens, even the mechanical ones, right? The problem is because in betweens are supposed to be quite mechanical, but if they are done blindly, then they become mechanistical, which is pejorative, detrimental adjective, right? They are like then the art sucks. So that's the point. So yeah, all that. So I will hide that to make this, but then I still need the guides to, yeah, at least this one, so that I know. Yeah, maybe I know, maybe I don't know. Yeah, there are some references there, so maybe that helps. It will be difficult, and I would also would like to hide perhaps the model even, because yeah, hide everything, because if I don't do that, I will also be affected by the mesh. I will try to follow the mesh, so no, I need to do this like without any interference. So this is just for mapping what's going on. So this is why doing this in the software, like, it's really complicated, but let's try to get something done here. Oh yes, I could split here. Front view, side view. Not sure this is good, but and here the 3/4, right? Well, I've displaced it. Okay, this, yeah, this is the 3/4. So I'm not getting closer to anything. I don't know what's happening. Oh, it's not control plus, it's just plus, and okay, there we go. So now I've lost everything. So about reference, so I'm just gonna join this and resplit that, and now this one is lost, or no, this is correct. Okay, it's still the same. And so here maybe the 3/4, I don't know if that's a good idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. The grease pencil here, it's not disabled. Why it has this appearance? Okay. So let's just certify that this is correct. Okay, so this is the, oh, I know why this has happened. This is because of the shading. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, let's skip that. Let's skip render, and here also render. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's prioritize this area here. Okay, let's save. Also, this will help. This is annotation. No, I want really to work on here, so I need the tool for drawing. And so here I'm gonna use this. Let's try to use some special color here. Alright, so here lots of things are guides. What is the material that I should be using? Head, maybe? There's a long time I don't use this stuff here, so I have no idea. Ink, no. Maybe this is because of that. Oh, there we go. So why this is having this weak color, base color. Okay, I can change the base color, but why this is not working? Maybe there's some effect. No. Maybe there's some. No, the materials, base color. Let's try. I am color attribute, so maybe it's the. Maybe it's something about the some method of blend, lights, no, opacity, no, regular. So I have no idea. This is completely. Okay, but fact, it does look like that I can work with that nonetheless. Provide this is not all in front, so material. Okay. Maybe I just needed a new material for that, so whatever. Now the material is quite different. It doesn't want to change color. Blend regular. That is regular. It's all regular, so material, there are many materials. Okay, maybe if I create a new material. Here, and I give, no, well, at least I have a black. Okay, it's not respecting. Yeah, this is very bizarre because this is not respecting the color attribute for some very odd reason. No, it is respecting the color. It would be the light thing then. But I've already tried to disable that light thing and nothing changed, so I'm confused. This is extremely confusing, but worth knowing. So okay, so I've made this. Let's do 3/4 so that we don't forget. And now let's change this material to, yeah, this should work. Change that, but okay, let's get this thing here. Let's see. This is not the tool that I was using, so I don't have the brush here to do that, but I can import append. Where did I put that? Well, I think it will be on utility brush. Okay, so I have this brush which I've called, so it's as a preset. Organic, pencil organic. There. And there I have another version, but I couldn't prepare it, so not this one, but this, no, not this one, this one. So this is better for sketching. But now turns out alright, at least for now. Well, it's not working as good as I would expect for this file, but that should work, right? So alright, the problem is that let's augment this size here. Let's change the positioning of my stuff here on the table. Yeah, I've a terrible position here to draw this, but I'll try to do it. Alright, so how do I hide the... Yeah, sorry, I'll have to... I'm lacking space here. I have to sacrifice the chat for a moment. Hope no one says anything after I open that. So here... Yeah, so the problem is all those things I need to be... Yeah, there's a guide here. Okay. Ah, that gives some... What are those lines there? Side view. I have no idea why this forms. Ah, this is the circle on the 3/4 is the deform, and this is that one. I don't know what that means, but this is extremely confusing. To start with, this is truly confusing, so this is a reason not to use the guides right now. Let's start with a very... Okay, let's mark something. So I believe, yeah, let's do the in-between. So I believe the chin might be somewhere like here. This, I have this line. Here's the top of the head. The skull, even though rotating, it should stay circular. Of course, yeah, it should have sort of this, but I should be careful. I don't know the extent here, but I can, and I don't have the grid here to look for the proportion. So for the perfect circle, I would need a tool to draw a perfect circle, but yeah, it exists, but then I don't know where is the center. It is here. Shift Alt. Let's try this. Yeah, so that would be this circle, and I can... Okay, I've lost the... No, not good. Yeah, let's first reduce this and do that. I just want this reference for approximation. That's okay. Then it's like sketching, right? So and now no, not this tool, is this one. Okay, so it's like I've drawn this circle like that, sketch that out, and now I save. And so this line maybe continues like that on the 3/4. The height of the tip of the nose, I can get this. I want to keep this for the lips, this for that stuff here, and top of the eyelash, I'm not sure, bottom. yeah, things get messed up. So let's use this as some reference and let's try to rough that out so without the influence. So I'm start to do this really. This is the okay. So it so this means that by this there is something that here would need to go behind, right? Because the skull is sort of more elongated in the back, so that would happen here. I'm not sure how it would happen. It will depend on the, I don't really know the rotational aspect. And so here this is just abstraction because the shape all around of the face is not like that. It should be more like this. So the tip of the nose could be here. And yeah, this is a good way to approach this complex shapes here. Then here I don't know how this thing will work, but then I know that there's a shape like that, and the mouth should be, maybe I need to create this from ignoring some of the presets there, this one, so maybe make some variations there. Here I believe the eye should be somewhere like here. Here you can see where this goes. Where did I think it's here, so there's the inner corner of the eye should be there. Then yeah, let's push this more to the outside. Let's make this thing like that. This I don't have reference here, but that should be okay. Then yeah, so you see this brush is much better. I feel I don't find it great currently, but because it's all pointillized, but it sounds smooth to I'm satisfied with this sketching thing for this tiny work here. But yeah, if I were to draw, I would like to improve. So I don't know why this tool appears like, oh, I think I know. It's because the world scale I'm working here, maybe it's too big. It's like 10 times because of physics. I need to investigate that anyways. So maybe that's what's making this thing. So yeah, so here the eyes, and well, about the position of that. So I'm just gonna rough and then I make further correction. We're gonna investigate. And so here we have this shape here. That should be, yeah. So how this maybe this thing doesn't go to this cheekbone doesn't get too far away, but it goes. So in mangas usually an anime usually they do something like this, which is very bizarre. Instead of, yeah, there are many like sometimes the face becomes like that, you know, and it makes sense. So that's like it's pushing the chin forward, right? So this, maybe that's what I need to do, but then this line can become very bizarre as well as this one. So I just need to make sure that, yeah, so the positioning of the chin here is a bit I don't know, but it must look good in some way. And I at least I have the 3D mod, and this also is a pose for this character design that I'm still not very sure about how it should work in 2D even. So now I know this is the upper corner of the mouth and the lower corner, the lower extremity, and the lip, yeah, the bottom lip is below that line, so it will be here, and that's about it. So and so that would be an attempt. Yeah, now I need to check this. Let's check the side view. So assuming okay, so let's see what we've done here. Basically, let's reduce the opacity of this material. Let's compare first this with the model on a 3/4 view. 1, 2, 3, 4, and for some reason something seems really wrong. I don't know what got. Is it possible that I drew that on the... Yeah, I drew that on the wrong spot, so there is a way to fix that, I think. If I get this, let's look at the... Yeah, this will be very inaccurate, but I'm not sure that is correct, but yeah, here I really don't know what happened. I think when I made the drawing, I was drawing on a... Yeah. One, two... So this is normal that it be deformed like that, and same here. Yeah, that seems to be matching. So at this point, let's check. Okay, let's go to object mode. So here, I'd like to hide the model sheet from this so we can have a clear view, but I don't think this is possible. I'm trying to understand. So the tip of the nose, my 3/4 view, the protrusion here is not that good. So maybe it's like I didn't do exactly a 3/4, totally exactly that angle that Blender is showing. Maybe I did something like a 1/4 view from here. So maybe I've made something like, or 2/4, yeah, like in between. Yeah, I would need more subdivisions of the counting, but I might have made something like, yeah, just like that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I needed like that. So right now this is not matching. So this is a problematic that I wasn't aware of. Very interesting. that even if I try to draw 3/4 in 2D character design, I will have to know exactly the 3/4 that I want, exactly the middle like Blender is showing in 2D. I don't know that in 2D. I just know that I have a vague idea how it should be, and then I drew that, but when I confront this to the 3D model, which of course is incorrect, not just as the 2D is incorrect in relation to this calculation. So I cannot make a 3D quarter views if I don't have a full not a full, but if I don't have a proportional rotation of the character design in my paper, in my mind. So this was an arbitrary 3/4 view. So I wasn't aware about it's logical, right? But it's not trivial. That makes things more complicated. At least one good thing about that is that, well, what I can try to do here, however, is attempt to get, let's make a new layer here. What I still can try to attempt is try to draw a good 3/4 view from 1, 2, 3, 4, from the 3D reference to then solve the 3D reference. Yeah, so that sort of back and forth might be the way to go now. So I'm going to, I don't need this, I believe, so I'm gonna draw here with the on top, yes, on top of the 3D model. Maybe I can, yeah, that will help maybe. So, but I don't see the tip of the nose, so I'll have the references. So I'm going to go to the grease pencil and I'm locking this. I'm not gonna, yeah, this is actually, I don't need that. I'm gonna delete that, sadly, but I'm going to turn this the Dorothy 3/4, and let's go on draw mode. Again, I have a problem with the material. I need to get here, and yeah, it is being painted, but maybe this, yeah, this is the use of the light, I think. This material, yeah, the use of lights is here. Oh yeah, I'm not using grease pencil for the project, so I don't need lights. Okay, good thing. So let's try to, and also, can we ignore some stuff there? That's yeah, nothing here that I'm not familiar with those passes here, so yeah, let's leave like that. I'll handle that. Let's augment the strength here. So as I see here, okay, we have this. Yeah, maybe the eye here could be a little more inside. Let's enable this so I see the tip of those. So this seems to be correct. Oh, hold on. Now this is too dark, so actually the tip of the nose goes. Wait. No, there's the face. Okay, this is not the tip of the nose is here. Right, so let's try to preserve that thing. Okay, here it will be something like that in drawing. then here, interestingly, maybe I could push these slightly more, maybe, not sure. That part is gonna be interesting, so that will be the neck, right? Here, yeah, the neck seems to be a little deformed. Let's try to improve this part here. Yeah, I'll need to solve that part here. Alright, then for, I think here this needs to enter more inside here, which is too much mass volume there. Here it's really hard to draw the rest of the eye there, the residue of the eye there. So let's try something like that. Now the eye goes much. Okay, so let's do something like that. So I'm gonna ignore the details there, but this line is important. Then what happens behind is like we'll see just directly the eye. And also here, yeah, so here this rounded thing, this is what I think might be incorrect. I need perhaps to, well, the point of the chin here is probably correct because this reference, so maybe I need to maintain this, and then from this I need to find a solution. Yeah, so this is the question now. I think there's not this rounded stuff here. It's not, so I need to, and here I'm not sure, I never did that shape. So erase 3, let's try here. Because if I try to follow that, it will create a strange shape. This should be more triangulated. So this is the kind of thing that might require some sort of corrective shape keys, camera keys, special solution that I will change the character design in an automation in real time. So yes, here I'm not able to find the right lines, because I know this is the, yeah, this, so this is, yet she still has some part of the mouth may appear here, but this is the lips. It's very subtle. It's difficult. So, and so this I think is correct to go there, but then it's too small here. This requires, that part of the head requires some more. Yeah. And then the ear, yeah, the ear can be that, something like that. So that's not, that doesn't look, yeah, I've lost the 1, 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And move to the side. Yeah, this can be like that. It's fine. So yeah, now this is fine. So that would be like the back of the head. We can see some, and here I can try to draw that shape here in 3D, right? Yeah, so here we see where this the model, the 3D model is failing the 2D. And here, yeah, this part is a bit obscure right now for me, so I really don't know what I can do there to get it straight, or maybe some curves here and there. But then for the eye, yes, let's, what I can do right now is try to hide the, mask the eyelash for a moment, so that I can see where the okay, I have no idea why this. Ah, it wasn't vertex paint. But where's the grease pencil then? Ah, I need here. I lost the grease pencil drum hold, so that's what was happening. Alright, then let's get this line here. Yeah, this is interesting. Then yeah, so these, I need to respect this here. Maybe here I could get this a little bigger. That curve in here. And then from this, let's get some more. Yeah, so of course this is the 2D, because the eyelash in the 3D is much larger, and here we can, yeah, here's already going for the 3D idea, right? This for the ear, that's fine. And I could get some line here, but this is, I should have done this before. For the side view, yes, I should have planned something like that before. Maybe even like that, right? So I don't have this planning part, so but now I think I've succeeded to find out better improve. So I need to check what's going on, and so this is why, folks, this I thought was, I said in the beginning that it was challenging, an interesting challenge. So now I have this model sheet of the 3/4, and it helped me understand how to solve this. So, but this is not over, because now ideally what I need to do, let's make a quick attempt here, not eyes adjustments, but instead 3/4. If I go to the mesh, I will try to do something very, yeah, it's risky because I will change what I already have achieved. But since this, we see that it's very bad for the 3D, for, yeah, on the 3/4 I mean. So I just need to see if from this 3/4 view I can make some solving here, solvation. I'm not really aware of what this is doing in 3D, but at least I'm shaping this part here better. So maybe pushing this more to the side. Yeah, now I've lost the, okay, and now so here, yeah, I'm not gonna touch the chin here, but I may perhaps Can we get this on? Yeah. Would it be possible to change this? The problem is here that this is the other side. I'll have to... I cannot... If I were to push that, I would need to... Yeah, I cannot change this. View. For some reason this is not helping. View should be the correct one. Yeah, okay. So, but of course this is so let's play a little here. So this is dangerous. I would change the end up changing the chin position, so I need to perhaps hide this mesh here. I cannot push it to the side. It just won't go. This is very strange. It's about the... Yeah, this... I need to move it down in order to... It's exactly going in that direction that we strangely doesn't... the z-axis. Okay, so for some reason the z-axis allows me to push this stuff, so let's try that. And here, yes, here interesting. So let's push this back. Yeah, this is going to be a mess, but I see the nose tip. No, this is not the nose tip. I'm again confused. The nose tip is here. I'm not gonna touch it, so I'm gonna hide these faces here to avoid transforming them. There's no other way to lock them, and now I'm gonna push this lower. I'm also changing the... Let's hide this. Okay, so we don't have the proportional affecting this. Connected only, yes. So let's try to push this. That creates a lot of problems to the eye, but at least I can try to solve this thing here. Z-axis should move that. Okay, so this is a radical change to the side view. Let's push this in. Push this in. Also this. Now I don't remember where is that point. Apparently it's probably this or this, one of maybe these two, right? So these they didn't change place, so they are still there. yeah, so that structure is still there, but I need to make sure that, okay, it needs to be salient, start to be salient on the other side. What that means here? Ah, it's becoming very bizarre in the front view, so no, we can't do that. Yeah, there's a limit to what we can do here, but that's fine. We are seeing it. There's already the curve there, so it seems to be working. What this doesn't offer, let's see if I can improve something here without, yeah, this seems to be, no, if I push this up we get these lines which are bizarre there. Yeah, so this cannot go up too much. And this is more flexible. Maybe I can push, so this area of the cheeks, right, these areas are still, oh, this is not a side view, so this area is an area that is still not solved in terms of the 3D, and this is something that my conventional model sheets that I used to do don't have, because this curvature here is what I would need to implement as new model sheet, like from top, from bottom, so at least for the head, so that I could know exactly which curvature it needs to have to be fine on most angles, from most angles. If it is possible that it becomes good on many angles. So right now, okay, we got some interesting settings. Let's see now from the perspective of a front view. It looks a bit strange now, yes. So I wouldn't model the character like that. And if we compare this with the front view model sheet, well, there is some gain there. Can't we make something slightly less? It's already lesser than, but can't we get just slightly less than that? Let's see. Vertical split, front view. It sounds a bit too robust there. Well, not, I had the impression, so maybe this is also, apparently this is a mistake. Yeah, very easy to mess this up. Let's try to smooth some faces here, and all right, back to this. Can't we do that? I don't see nothing happening. Oh, this is behind. All right. What about these lines here? They are also behind, so I can do that. Yes. What about this? I can push the, oh yes, I can push this, and but then something is strange here, because yeah, that cheek won't appear there, but the curvature of it, so that seems to be fine. So it's just that from the front view I need to try to control this stuff a little. Alright, something like that, maybe, yeah, just slightly less, so yeah, so I see the complications of that. So one thing that's really annoying in Blender for this kind of work is that we cannot lock a vertex in space unless we hide it on edit mode. So okay, so I see what's happening. Actually there's also the subdivision surface modifier, which is causing trouble here. I cannot handle it without, yeah, in one hand it's helping, but on another hand it's being annoying, so causing trouble. So all those tweaks, ideally they should be done with constant assessment of all those viewpoints. So this is extremely complicated if I cannot match those points, right? So, but something about the cheekbone there is not working now anymore, and she just looks like having a too large face, but the front model she doesn't seem like, so maybe it's just this part here. But then if I go here and try to solve it, yeah, that seems to work. So try to reduce this, yeah, there was a better shape there, and I had lost it. So no doubt this is extremely complicated. I don't have this set up to get this. There should be a way to do that in a way that is not super tedious and that doesn't require to be super precise. I have some backups, so I can check right away if these changes that I've made they also, if this thing about the cheekbone that I'm seeing now is already existed and I've just realized it now, or if it's something that appeared as I was starting to work with that. So I'm gonna check. Yeah, I think the character is looking really weird in 3D now for me, for my sense. As I tried to solve the 3/4 view, I got something broke in the front view. Let's go for the here. Yes, I need to check that. She looks better on some other, but but just the front, yeah, something about here got broken. So let's check again the front. I'll even maybe Let's check that. No, that's not valuable. Not for now. This is good. This is good. Okay, so I'm going to yeah, I'm going to take a screenshot here. Yeah, from that point here up. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's open these, and then I won't need to, yeah, I'll take another screenshot, but no, I won't take another screenshot. Not until I compare the two. So let's go for the before the change. Yes, so here before I made any transformations. So this hide grease pencil and great time. Let's compare. Let's get the hair mesh to show. Well, yeah, let's see what's really the difference then. Actually, they look like equal, the same. Now I start to see that the old one also is a bit strange too. So, well, the eyelash also, just to make sure. Yeah. There seemed to be a slight thing here but it's very, yeah. So overall what I need to do, maybe, yeah, I think I didn't really broke anything. It's just maybe I got the old one wasn't all that good also. So what I need to do is just, yeah, it's actually she's looking good. She got some improvement indeed. But I should be very careful next time when I attempt changing this. I really need to mark some areas to not destroy this stuff. Even smoothing this stuff, these meshes will be tragical, because then I lose the 3D 3/4 view updates. I have to change everything, so I cannot. It did this mesh of the face anyhow. Yeah, so that's extremely complicated. But the good part is that, well, the way it was designed, I've made some improvements. I don't think there's anything too much to solve here, so I can sort of ignore this thing. Her expressions are going to be fine in principle, even though there's still this problematic here of the muzzle on this area. Yeah, so this is a long thing and very tedious. So at least we did that. So let's get so 20 May, and here face geometry according to character design. Yes, so maybe this is a quest for outside. Yeah, exactly, except for the mouth. The mouth is, which is the next topic if I use this list. Yes, the mouth shape key, right? Mouth and atomic shape key, okay. Some of the mesh here, vertex, yeah, the vertex groups for the mouth. I will show you the mouth rig how it is. It's very incomplete. I was using a setup inspired by the setup. I'm using very tricks from it, very idea concepts, but not the whole method I'm trying to adapt. But is basically it is what allows the mouth to go very far and very big and very crazy, and so that's very expressive. That was cool. Actually, there is something eyes automation here. Eyelashes automation. Yeah, retake. Yeah, so this is the last thing that, yeah, for the eyes. Then is there the pose assets? I don't face pose assets. Yeah, maybe that's after the. Let's retake the soundtrack here, folks, and okay, so her face is looking fine, but that part of the mouth, yes, an atomic shape key. So the problem is that something is possibly wrong in this, the way these vertices are here. Yeah, there are some very ugly things here, so inconsistent, I guess. Let's change this view again. I've made these into shortcuts, this and this. Basically it doesn't even appear what's the shortcut that I'm using, that key before the backslash. So let's try to do this. Yeah, I better do that with the model sheet, right? But not this one. The side one, side view of the head, side and front. Yeah, so that should be fine. There is something I've made different. All right, so. Oh, alright. So the model sheet has this other. That was not a. I need the mouth to be more regular, so I'll just ignore the mouth of the model sheet. Yeah, that. I'll try to. But I need to pay attention to these curves here. So the lips, they will be developed through an atomic shape key, which is something that a special technique that I've already tested for the mouth, universal sonic mouth rig. It seems to combine well with it. So basically, yes, let's do that. So I'm not, so yeah, the shape of the, I'm not gonna try to shape these, the lips, but I'll try to at least give them some very basic setup. For all this area of the mouth. So this sounds more or less regularly good. The shape seems okay. Let's look from a front view. That looks fine, yes. looking good. Let's take a look for the 3/4 view, what that means. 1, 2, 3, 4, and go for the grease pencil object, and then hide these, just 3/4. Yeah, the mold was happy, now it's more neutral, so this sort of matches the mouth doesn't touch the other side though. This is, oh, maybe it didn't, it could, yeah, it would be actually, so maybe this is correct, yeah, maybe, but I don't like what's happening here. Convoluted mesh. But if I started change this now, that will be very, very risky. I don't know what I'm really doing on the oh, this was without the well, yeah, I can keep confirming step by step, but that's, yeah, not very good way. So all that's 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in the end, the idea is that at least I have the model sheets, some fundamental ones, so I can plus the 3/4 now. And so even if I mess this up, I can restore it. So I can play a little with that with no fear, so that's a good point. And now let's attempt to make this no, not yet. I'm wary about, a bit wary about the fact that the bottom lip seems to be too retracted, this whole part here. So it's like this thing needs to be, yeah, like that. So maybe I need to push this up, so rearrange these. Yeah, just that. So that's slight alignment, right? That was the idea. Yeah, maybe this keeps closer to that. Here maybe try to push this like that. All right, let's take a look again with the model sheets. And so 3/4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, nice. Nice. And nice. Okay, so I think this is ready for the, yeah, so this is little problem about this approach is that if the artist needs to retake the shape of the lips, right, of the mouth, then this stuff sort of gets let's smooth it. We'll have sort of to remake this thing. No, readjust the, yeah, readjust the shape key, right? So this is annoying because I'll probably would like to make some changes at some point the way I work, so perfectionism kills. And then in that sense I'll have also to change the shape key. Besides the mesh, the shape key won't respond with the mesh. Okay, let's do something like this. And okay, so this is very technical. This is like just need this mesh to be okay. I think it is fine now for its purpose. Like we're going to the inside of the mouth here, so there are these curvatures. I don't really remember here what is all this mouth rigging can be super complicated. The interior is one thing, it's annoying to work with objects sometimes, and the exterior then, well, the expressions, that is even more complicated. Yeah, so here now I think let's work with the, yeah, I think we are ready for that. So the anatomical shape key approach, I'll show you what that is, and we'll not see it in full action because I need to, well, we will be able to see some of its action. Yeah, so basis and anatomic lips. Now we push this up. We're gonna lock it also if it's not a problem. Then we'll need the, now the, yeah, I want to let's go back here. Yeah, you see what I was talking about, that I want to keep making adjustments to the base mesh. So let's do it slightly better just before we go into the, yeah, okay, that sounds fine. And yeah, and it's not that the shape key will be destroyed completely, but it certainly will be affected and might require some small correction. But because all the convolution that it can create, this can really be confusing, overlapping, crossing vertices, all that. So that's not very interesting if that happens. And so here now what I need is the model sheet again. We're going to look for the especially to start with the side and the front, they don't interact too much, at least in the, yeah, need to assess this from. So yes, here unfortunately this line is too bold, so that won't give me a great, and the shape is different, yeah, the expression is different, so this won't be a great way of making those shape keys, but I can try, right? I can I reduce the opacity of this thing? At some, I actually should remake this, right? The shape of the. To be fair, I just need to get the lips. No, it's more complicated than that. And also for the front, yeah, I don't have any good reference. So, but I still need this, something like that, to give me the idea of volume that I require. So yes, you can use. This will probably affect the also this corner here, so that should be fine if that is affected. So it's not only about the lips, it's the whole structure there, right? So, but the pose should be this one, right? I had good shaped lips before, but because I've made some extra changes to the face at some point, I've lost this yeah, let's hide this thing, and the lips, yeah, proportional posing can be. So the idea here is to shape these lips in some very more creative anatomic way. So it can be a bit freestyle here, but of course I know the shape that it must have, but the idea is that, yeah, we can do this kind of stuff to get more appealing. And so yeah, stuff like that. Because all this will be will bypass the skinning algorithm. So yeah, I'm lacking some ideas here, but yeah, the lips can be quite complicated to get the good shape. I might have to look at how I did them before. The topology is the same, but I think I'm forgetting something extremely important here. This did some motion like that. This went out, so it has nothing to do with. Now it looks like well, it's because of the subdivision, but so let's look how it is. Yeah, it's very bad, but I don't see, if I did that with the mesh, I don't see how we'd achieve the shape that I need just by subdivisions. So now it looks like I'm lacking an entire well, it's not terrible, but it's not what it should be. I should keep improving this shape. Because it's low poly, right? It's very simple to. Oh yeah, the subdivision surface modifiers like certainly creating some issues for me. Well, it's not a super realistic leap, so it's not about, yeah, just some subtle results there, and that should be fine. But it needs to, yeah, I need to work a little more. And there needs more volume there for sure. So so either I move that up, right? Or I'll have to move these down. So yeah, so maybe both things actually. Yeah, I remember this shape here. All right, there you go. So I think now this is yeah, now this is fine. Just now the top lip is not doing what it should do because of the, yeah, the subdivision surface modifier is really disrupting the final result. So maybe I should create some edge crease for this. Yeah, so here edge crease of 1. Here maybe edge crease of, I don't know, 0.7, maybe less. So shift E negative 0.2, so take off half. So now it's halved. Same here, let's get some shift E 0.5 and this can be slightly more expanded here, yes. These can be smoothed out a little to maybe not be that pointy there, or also move that forward. So oh, I see there's some, this is bad. Yeah, this is blocky now, this is not working. This needs more what went wrong here? That maybe this is not supposed to be that strong, so negative shift E negative 0.5, so half that. Why the eyes are hidden here? Yeah, so I'm not gonna edit these ones. Well, maybe I already edited them. So yeah, this is the limit to which I'm gonna be using these shape keys here. So this current shape key, right? So again, now this looks like this. I remember the other time I did that, it was much simpler. So I don't know if I have changed, if I've ruined in some sense the mesh geometry here. Maybe even the mesh topology. I don't know what I've done that now this sounds very difficult to solve, more than it was. It certainly requires some focus, some very attention focus, but well, it's not terrible. But this blocky thing, the volume, at least for the bottom lip, seems to be good, but the shape, maybe it's still this thing. So shift negative 0.2, shift E negative 0.2, and is there any other? Okay, I've changed this one and this one. Yeah, there's, so this shift negative 0.2. And so this I can move it inwards like that. Yeah, so if I did all these changes on edit mode directly, then this would probably, now looks too thick for this character design, so let's smooth this out. Or it's just an impression. Yeah, maybe it's just an impression. So now it's looking maybe okay. Let's just perhaps smooth just a little more. Maybe that helps. It's not perfect, but now let's compare with and without the anatomic shape key. So this is without, so totally uninteresting, and with. So this controls the anatomic shapes and volume of the lips. So that's cool, and I'm gonna lock it and it doesn't appear, so that's good. I'm going to probably gonna reedit it in the future. Maybe I did the mesh, all that thing, but in principle I think I can work on top of that. And now let's make some tests here. most interesting thing. So I can say that, well, that got concluded, right? This melt and atomic shape key. Of course, after being successful at one technique, right, that is experimental, or even on a different character, we always need to, usually it's not a bad idea to assess what we've done, right, because maybe something doesn't work very well, right? So as for this particular mouth technique, right, it could be mouth rigging technique that it wouldn't work, as it could be that it fails for what I would like it to be doing for some crazy reason, I don't know. So to investigate if that's the case, so let's try to pose some stuff here with the character and see if maybe some environment, I don't know. Yeah, so I don't have good custom shapes here yet, so this will be a bit annoying, but at least we're gonna be able to check what happens here with this new thing. So I have this thing. Oh, the mouth interior. Yes, I have that. You see how these shapes are actually interesting to have, the anatomy, right? And yeah, now this lighting is not working on this with the so this is having some influence on that I need to correct all that, right? So this is very annoying. Yeah, maybe I should try to correct this now. This is very sort of urgent, right? And so this is reset. Okay, so I can control the teeth, the bottom. They don't look very, they seem a bit oddly shaped. They going inwards, like, so I can, this follows the, but I can move the arcade separately with this thing, which is, and reset to their main positions. And so you see that this is not too bad, right, already, but this is not allowing yet what the universal sonic mouth rig should be doing, which is to position the mouth, the entire mouth in some very distinguished, right, to the side. So I have some ways to, there's some extent of, I don't remember now if what is about the controllers. Oh, this brings the mouth. So you see, I can bring the arcades to the side to some crazy, oh, I can also rotate this even if that makes no sense. But then there is the rotational thing of the the rotational, depending on the expression, my one, yeah. So now there is a problem that I was looking some time ago for a solution, which is the yeah, so these deforms here are not helping the amount of. I can also scale this on some way to have some adaptation, but I needed some automation because this is not very circular shape, and that means that this rotation, right, it will deform, it won't be following the, so I need to sort of get this rotation to the side at the same time that the mesh of the mouth, including the teeth or whatever, would deform according to the so I have to visualize some sort of line that is not just perfect circularly, but that will follow this path, and the things that are inside the mouth need to deform in accordance to that. So this is a bit tricky, and I don't have a. I've started to scratch out a plan for that, some automation of deforms, but I never concluded because I ended up having to going to have a new. And okay, so we can think that these expressions of the mouth are simple, but then there are a bit more controls over there on the lips that I believe there should be better ways to do that, but in principle, yeah, so these are tweak lips, so we can do way more things with that, but they are just too annoying to be posing, right? So that, okay, the idea would be to create pose assets for that, right? But we can still pose them, so that's the cool thing. So and then I have even more things, so I'm not sure, I'm not totally aware of all the expressions that I would need to adapt for this character, but I think I'm going in a good direction here, and so that should be fine. And some expressions maybe they would be better on 3D, and I would never thought to make them in 2D, but in 3D they look funny or interesting, so that's, and vice versa. Maybe there are some things in that I might have to avoid because, but in principle I would like to have most plausible pose of 2D available, but I know this is very very hard, and so this is why mouth rigging, I think even more than eyes rigging, is like the most difficult thing ever in organic rigging. I think there's nothing more complicated than, because of cartoony exaggerated cartoony expressions, mainly that, right? Even in the case of universal sonic mouth rig, which is a tutorial, right? You can find it documentation to rig this kind of stuff. So right here, so I have these shapes here that are so yeah, I don't have yet the rig solved, but it's going to that direction, because if I rotate those things I can get the mouth where's the, alright, so I can have the mountain on some very wait, some bone is missing. I think this one, yeah, maybe it's not following. Yeah, so I have some issues to assign but this are only this already allows a lot of potential, and there is also some the tongue that I need to reshape it the way it is just too thin, I think. And yeah, the teeth, they need a better resolution there, a better rendering, because they nearly disappear and they are important for the expressions, I think. So many things to solve overall. So this is already quite advanced the way it is, but of course I want much more. And if it weren't for this if it weren't for the anatomic shape keys, now the shape keys got sort of nearly ineffective, right? But if I turn that off, you see the mouth gets flat, which may be cool, but it's the objective is that. So if that was on the mesh, these deforms would be perhaps much worse. But instead of having worse deforms, I have just morphs. Unfortunately, plenty of anatomic shapes got slightly smoothed out after the deforms. Well, with the deforms, but overall, those shapes, anatomical shapes, were never very accentuated the way I've done that. So that's just okay. And so it's locked, and I need to. There's a lot of things to assess here, and for the mouth rig also I have to revise the documentation of the universal sonic mouth rig. There is also this object, which is I have to readapt, right? Duplicate and then join in this same object so that I can delete this old mesh and readapt here. And then this might have a functionality for the rig. I was exploring other potentialities for that, other uses. So yeah, so this is, I have to study that in order to bring it back. But that would be finally, I think I've reached the point to do that challenge. Well, not yet. I need to fix the automation of the eyelashes, which are here. Yeah, we won't see, but we'll see the problem, right? It's not good enough. Yeah, they are not, either they stay in place or they are not. Yeah, it was deprecated. I need to redo that. It will be with the transformation bone constraints again, so I'll have to recalculate some things. If I realize it is too annoying by the old method, then I just redo it with the simpler method that although requires a lot of bone constraint set, which is the disadvantage. So yes folks, that's it. So thanks for watching, and hope that was inspiring, and see ya tomorrow or another day, whatever, to continuation of that. So today this was not so long, so and we got more improvements, right? Important improvements. So rotate eyelashes automation, and I have to study. Okay, so this is the next step. This I'm gonna do to try home to do on my own. Face pose asset. Yeah, only after I get all my decision. Only after I get all eyes and mouths, everything of the face solved, then I'll go for pose asset for expressions. Because if you have to retake stuff, we'll have to remake usually the pose assets. It's a bit like action bone constraints. pose assets. So it's very sad. Those solutions are very fragile, in my opinion. They are for when you are certain, the rigor is certain. Well, I'm gonna stick to these solutions now, this state of the rig model, and then good point to go. So it's one of the latest thing maybe to do in rigging, right? Not to be done early on or on experimental projects. It's that on, so it's very delicate. It will be disrupted. Maybe it should even go like the last thing, because yeah, maybe even I should care this only on the like because maybe I make up my mind on some idea of the face rig, and then oh, let's make some adjustments, and then the pose assets. Yeah, I know it might be frustrating, but for the sake of not retaking more and more stuff, and it's not the problem of retaking exactly, although that can be a problem, but it's retaking and then destroying previous work. That is the worst thing, right? In retake, one of the worst things that can happen by retaking. So that's why anything that is too fragile that I can control, that will go to the end. And that's why also I want to do the diagonal pose here for like the pelvis rig, right? Without action bone constraints, which are very fragile, right? So I want to try this with drivers. Maybe that, apparently there is a solution with drivers, but it's not trivial. So I want to research that. So that will be much later. So at this point, if I reach there, I will have solved a lot of the stuff here. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Happy blending. See you tomorrow or later. Take care.